Over the last year, we've really expanded our goals for what we want our homestead to look like going forward. And we've come to the conclusion that where we are now, the property that we're homesteading on now, is not going to allow us to do everything that we want to do. And yeah, we're on 42 acres here where we're homesteading, but the majority of it is extremely steep, rocky, heavily wooded, and it's not very usable, honestly. What we've utilized for our homestead needs now is pretty much as good as it gets, and we could come through here and clear out a bunch of timber and stuff, but still it's incredibly steep. The property is fine for what we're currently doing right now, but what we would eventually like to do is have more of like a farm slash homestead, I guess you could say a farmstead, and this property isn't really conducive to that. Glenn's family has an ancestral homestead property of at least 5 generations that we've been in a partition suit with for a number of years. And it's always kind of been in the back of our minds that that would be a possibility for us to homestead there. But, partition suits take a long time. And it just recently came to light that the property is now in our hands, and the opportunity is available for us to rebuild that homestead. The property is 188 acres of timberland, pasture, 3 ponds, old existing structures, hayfield. It's honestly ideal for the farmstead type concept. We had a little bit of time yesterday to go out to the property and evaluate things, take some measurements, and kind of get an idea of what we're working with. There are 2 barns on the property. One of them is a smaller barn and is in really great shape. And the larger barn has the front, I guess you say front wall, side wall, whatever you call it, a wall that has a block wall that has collapsed. And it's still salvageable at this point as long as it doesn't collapse any further. There's even a structure on the property that appears to have been an old chicken coop that is completely beyond repair. And there's also a large corn crib that has completely collapsed. And then there's also an old handmade cattle loading chute because Glenn's grandpa used to raise beef cattle. I think it's so cool to imagine all the stories that could be told about these structures and what they were used for and the daily lives of people that use them. And I think that's what makes it so unique to go over there and revitalize that old homestead.
Go on now, chase your dreams, everything. Go on now, be good, be fine, live your life.
It was in the low 70s this morning, and the temperatures dropped about 15 degrees after we had a little bit of rain. But I think it's going to keep dropping throughout the day, and I think our warm weather snap is over. And I know you guys are probably wondering, what are these things you want to be able to do on your homestead that you currently can't do or are limited, in how you could do it? And the main biggest thing that it comes down to is the fact that we would like to have much larger livestock. Obviously, making the decision to move isn't an easy one, all the things that we've done and built here. But there's a lot of things that we would like to be able to do, and it's kind of a hard opportunity to pass up on. And of course, if we do this, which we are heavily leaning in that direction, it is going to be a huge undertaking. But all of this going on in the background is why we put the brakes on the goat infrastructure project, because seeing that this might be happening, we might get the property soon, it didn't make any sense to keep building infrastructure here when there's a chance that we might be moving. Of course, there are a ton of details to work out though, and right now we're just at the early evaluating and planning stages to figure out how this would work out for us. I just wanted to come out here and check on this corn. I think we're going to go ahead and pull this down not pull it down, pick the corn, the dry corn, really soon. Of course, it just got wet from rain right now, so probably gonna have to wait a few days for it to dry before we do that. I have a few bags to do one more batch of tomato sauce from our paste tomatoes that I had stuck in the freezers over the summer, and this is the last batch, and I'm gonna go ahead and process those today, get that done. In the meantime, Glenn went over to the property so he can go brace up that collapsing barn wall until we can really get over there and salvage that, and because that's going to be a big job in itself, but right now we just want to make sure that it doesn't collapse anymore. I mentioned that we were in a partition suit on that property for a long time, and there may be some of you guys that really don't know what that is. That's when you have joint owners of a property that can't agree on how to divide it, and so you're going to the court and asking them to solve the matter for you.
Katja, wait, your turn. Oh, you want your snack? Be nice. Oh, it's okay, Katja. Oh, come here. Over here. Come over here. Wait, just wait right there. Of course, the unfortunate side of a partition suit is it's expensive and it takes a really, really long time. Or at least ours did. But without doing it, and property owners can't agree on how to divide the property and all that, nobody wants to go and put money into the property and make improvements and all that, so it just kind of sits abandoned. So it's a necessary evil sometimes. You are.
I was wondering where you were, Kat. Taking these chickens, these tomatoes. Last tomatoes of the year, I'd say.
Oh, Sammy.
Hey, chickies! Hey, chickies! Well, if they can get through the gate. Around the fence. Yeah, you got it. Come on, chickies! Brr, it is chilly out here without a jacket. I think the chickens are already full for the day. Alright, back to work. It is time for dinner time already. I can't believe it. Man, these short days with the time change. Ugh. I'm doing tuna tonight. Tuna steaks. If I can find them. Oh, they're in the fridge. They're thawing. That might help. And not sure for a side dish yet. I don't really plan dinner ahead very much. I usually just think of something on the spot and just make it. I'm not very good at planning ahead. And the other special treat we get to have tonight is our pomegranate wine. It just came of age recently. This is homemade pomegranate wine. And man, it is delicious.